Good morning, YBA pastors, church leaders. I was about to say it's a beautiful Thursday morning, but not so beautiful today. It's been a rainy mess out there. But anyway, any day God gives us is a great day, amen. Need to run some things by you. Want to talk with you for just a second about our executive committee meeting that's coming up on the 24th of August this month, next Thursday at 11:30 here at the YBA office. A pastor plus four committee members can come representing a church. And then our annual session coming up on October 17th. Both are going to be critical for us because we are proposing some significant structure changes here for the York Baptist Association. And so I wanted to take just a second and try to explain to you a little bit about what that structure changes is and why we're doing that, so that when you're looking at the documents and things that we've sent out, you can have some understanding with it. But first of all, this stuff is birthed out of our denominating process. You know, we came a year and a half ago out of the denominating process with a strong sense of vision, a new vision, which you guys adopted unanimously, our new value statements. So we've made some changes, proposed changes to the bylaws that will give the right language to represent the things that you voted on already. But the other thing that coming out of the denominee, we asked ourselves the question, does the structure of the YBA right now support this new vision? And the answer that my lead team came out with and the admin support committee came with was no, it doesn't. I mean, our structure was pretty good. It served us, but it's not as effective as it could be. So the proposed changes that I brought to my lead team and then to the admin support team, both of them approved it unanimously, is what we will bring to you on the executive committee meeting here next week. And this is going to be information. We technically could vote on it next week in the executive committee, but we just want it to be information and questions at this point. And we'll vote on it at the annual session so that we have more time for people to really get a good understanding and make sure that they're in agreement, because we don't want anybody to feel like we're rushing something that's this important. Currently, we have executive committee meeting in March, and we have one in August, and then we have our annual session in the fall. All three of these are sessions that we will do business of the association in, with our more critical business being done in our annual session in the fall. So the recommendation that we're going to make is that all the business of the association be done in our two executive committee meetings. So we'll designate one for the spring and one for the fall, most likely March and September. And that all the business will be done together and worship and have a good time celebrating the Lord together and celebrating what God's doing among ourselves, right? So that's going to be a significant change. The second change is this. Right now we have four committees at the YBA. We have our admin support committee, which is made up of 9 members, 3 rotating each year. And then we have our stewardship committee, our bylaws committee, and then as needed, we call a resolutions committee, right? So one of the things that I'm hearing from pastors and church leaders regularly is, look, we love the association and we want the association to come alongside us and to network us and to help us work with one another, to emphasize collaboration. But you're here to serve us. We're not here to serve you. Let's try to see if we don't have so many committees, right? And so I've met with the directors and leaders of associations throughout South Carolina in our area of comparable size and culture to find out what they're doing. And so this is the recommendation that's coming out of that. Well, a couple of things that we want to make sure that's in this. First of all, we want to make sure that we retain accountability, right? Everything is open, wide open. This is not an attempt to be able to just do things on our own and run anything past the leadership of the YBA. So we want to retain accountability. Second of all is transparency, right? And then third, we want to make sure that we keep our relationship strong with our churches. Right? So, but at the same time, we want things to be more fluid if possible and to streamline our decision making, okay? So my proposal is that the admin support committee become the associational leadership team. It'll remain 9 members, 6 clergy, 3 laity, representing the cross section of the association geographically and church size and style. And then it'll also um, they will rotate. Will continue the same rotation. 3 year serving a 3 year term with three, and three rotating off. So that keeps us the continuity and things that we need. So the admin sport becomes the associational leadership team. So that team becomes even more invested in the work of the association. They will meet every other month throughout the year. Called meetings can happen if necessary, but they will be the ones that will deal with any bylaw changes that come up. They will be the ones to be recommending the budget for the following year, and would be drafting any resolutions that may be necessary based on what we're facing in culture. So that ALT team will serve the functions of these other committees. That way, there's less people that we're calling on from among our churches to come and serve the function of the YBA. All right, but these people will still be very accountable. Anything that happens will be still voted on at the executive committee meetings, right? So this committee is not going to have power to pass budgets or to hire staff or to fire staff or to change policy or anything like that. Everything will still come to vote at the executive committee meeting. So it's going to make those executive committee meetings even more critical and more important that we have our messengers here and that we can take care of the business of the association as effectively and as transparently and as accountable as possible. So anyway, that's the proposed changes. This didn't happen in a vacuum, right? It's coming. It's being birthed out of our visioning process, the nominee, and it's also coming after evaluating several, 7 or more effective associations in and around our region and our state. And so many of these associations that are making great moves and doing great work among their churches have already made moves similar to this. Feel free to give me a call, email me any questions that you might have. So pay attention to the proposed bylaw changes that's coming out and the structure recommendations that's coming out. And we will see you next Thursday, August the 24th, 11:30 here at the YBA. God bless you. Have a great day.